What is going on, YouTube? This is your boy Jordan JC, and I am back again on the ATS Report. And boy, oh boy, this is a week for the ages for the Chicago Bears and the Bears organization and the whole city of Chicago. We are in disarray. We're trying to figure out what is going on up there in Hallis Hall, and I'm here to talk about it just briefly with you guys, just to kind of get a rundown of everything that has been going on this week. On Twitter, Dan Reeder has said a quick recap. First of all, you got Braxton Jones, our starting left tackle, who headed to IR with a neck injury. Didn't even realize that was the case. That could be potentially season ending for him. They're trying to see if they're going to move Darnell Wright from right tackle to left tackle. I don't know how that experiment is going to go, even though he's our first round pick, right? And so we'll see how that exchange will go, or if they're going to implement somebody else into that left tackle position. But that's something else that's going to be a problem, because we've already talked about the deficiencies on the offensive line with this team. Next bit of news. Obviously, we already know the whole whirlwind thing going on with Alan Williams and how he had to step down. He's resigned. Now, there have been multiple false reports, at least by this time, and I'm not going to get into any of it in detail because, of course, we do not know exactly what is going on, because it's still mysterious as to the reason why he had to step down. Now, his attorney is saying that it's because of family and health concerns. And so we're just going to go with that, family and health concerns. But of course, when the media is still asking Eberflus for a reason, Ryan Poles is still getting up and saying, hey, that situation is just kind of taking care of itself, and there's no real rhyme or reason. It's still a question mark. But again, his attorney said there's no criminal activity. There was no so-called raid on Hallis Hall. There was no so-called raid on his house after week one of the Green Bay Packers, and that was the reason why he had to step away for week two. But all we know is Alan Williams is now not the defensive coordinator, and that position has to be filled, and it probably will be filled by the head coach, Matt Eberflus, for the time being for this season. And so that's another part of the disarray with this organization. Next thing, Justin Fields, and I give props to him because he got up there in the media the other day and he said that I have been playing like crap. I've been playing robotic. I feel like I'm in my head too much. And he also said it's partly on the coaching. Now, of course, he kind of walked his words back a little bit, and I understand what he meant, because he didn't necessarily put full blame on the coaching. He's saying, hey, it's on me to make sure I go out there and play free. There's a fine line between listening to the adjustments and the little details that need to be made in his game that the coaches are giving him to learn and to continue to get better. But then there's a difference in just completely changing who you are and what made you the player you are that got you to the NFL, which is a mobile, dual threat quarterback. And as we saw in the last game, he didn't display that as much. 4 carries for 3 yards, as I've said before in my other video, is unacceptable. You should never see that from Justin Fields. He needs to attempt more carries. He needs to attempt more rushes out of the pocket when he knows and feels that line is breaking down and defense and the pressure is coming upon him. He's going to jet out and just make plays that the defenses aren't ready for. That's what makes him special. We know he has arm talent, but it's going to get there. And now you have videos coming out of even Devin White, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers linebacker, speaking to DJ Moore himself, saying, hey, man, they're not using you right. And DJ Moore is like, yeah, tell me about it. This guy just got here, and we're already having wide receiver problems with our number one. And so something has to drastically change. For what I think the first thing that needs to get addressed is the play calling and the coaching. And, of course, we know Justin Fields again addressed that in saying that, you know what, this week I'm going to go back to myself. I'm going to be me, and I'm going to play freely. We understand this is the professional league. This is the NFL. This is the top of the tops when it comes to professional football. And so, yes, the team and the coaching and the leadership wants to see you play a certain way. But at the same time, you need to make sure that it doesn't get in the way, as I said before, of the talents and the abilities that you naturally have. And so those are the things that the Justin Fields has to utilize again, is going back to his strengths of running, escaping the pocket, and making sure that he takes more deep balls down the field to a DJ Moore. DJ Moore should not, again, have under 10 receptions. Now, I understand every now and then if you're going to, have the ball going, scatter the ball all over the place and give it to other players like Claypool and Darnell Mooney, respectively, and Cole Kmet and Robert Tonyan, then yes, the ball is going to go and be divided up into these other players. But your number one player was brought in here to be the guy. Last week, he had 107 yards on 6 receptions. Good numbers, but what if he could have had double that? I need to see 10 to 15 to 12 to 20 receptions a game. That is part of the solution, is we need to take more chances. That is why he was brought into the building. Another issue is the overthinking. Justin Fields already mentioned overthinking too many things, thinking that he has to stay in the pocket. And they trained him to go off of his left foot rather than his right, because that's something that Aaron Rodgers did in his prime, that little hop step and kind of taking his time. Well, you know what the difference is? Is Aaron Rodgers can do that. He's been in the league long enough where he can scan the field. He can read defenses a little bit better than Justin Fields. He has accuracy. He has put in time, and he has the track record of being able to do that. When you have Justin Fields doing that same thing, it's not going to work. The timing is going to be off. And then he's going to overthink things, and then he's not going to see an obvious open pass to a person downfield because he's told to stay in the pocket and scan the whole field. Let him play freely. That is part of the solution that I think is going to continue to make this thing kind of hum and get back to where it should be. Because we saw last year the progress that Justin Fields made without all of these weapons. And so with these weapons, again, it looks as if they digress. And so this is what I'm looking forward to seeing this week. I think that even if they come out with a loss, if I start to see Justin Fields going back to playing his game, I'll be pleased. Would I be pleased with the W? Obviously, all of us want to win, right? And surprising the NFL champs, the Chiefs. But if we can actually stay in the game, we can actually keep up with this offensive dynamo with the Travis Kelce and all the weapons that they have, then I will be pleasantly surprised. And we can start now getting back on the bandwagon of saying, okay, Justin Fields is exactly what we thought he could be. Another year into this system and another year with added weapons and better weapons on his team. Now, how they're going to address the protection with Braxton Jones going down, I said it before. I felt that they should have kept Alex Leatherwood in the building. Now, that's neither here nor there, but now that we see that their left tackle has gone down probably for the season, there needs to be a quick answer and a solution. Are you going to put a Cody Whitehair over there? Are you going to transfer Darnell Wright to the left tackle position and then figure out who you're going to put at right tackle? You know, what is the situation with that? And so now we're back to having question marks on the offensive line again. And so we have to figure out what this is going to turn into. And of course, this all lies on Ryan Poles to get this right. He needs to step in and find some sort of positivity in all of this disarray right now. Obviously, there's a lot of adversity going on up at Hallis Hall and with the Chicago Bears organization. But in my belief, they can turn things around if they get back to the basics of letting, first of all, Justin Fields play his game, utilizing his weapons, going to his weapons more times than he has over the past couple of weeks. And then also the whole front office situation with Alan Williams, I feel like that's going to settle itself out. Obviously, there'll probably be more things that come out with that. But as of right now, we hope he's okay because according to his attorney, there's health concerns and family issues. And so we'll just leave it at that. But hopefully the Bears will get back on track this week 3 against the Chiefs and come out with a surprising W. And we can just kind of put this week behind us. But the nonsense is nonsense. Oh, and by the way, Nathan Peterman got cut or let go, and then he got brought back. So that's another like piece of news that was just kind of a question mark, a head scratcher. Like, what was the point of that? But again, this team hopefully can get back on track. What do you guys think is going to happen with this team going forward? Do you think Justin Fields will continue to show progress now that he's already come out and said, hey, I need to get back to being me. I have not been me this past 2 weeks. And so maybe we'll see a change. Maybe we'll see him turn into the star that we hope that he can be. And we won't be talking about quarterback issues like we've been talking about forever for the Bears. What do you guys think? Leave your comments in the section below, and I'll see you guys on the next ATS Report.